Good morning from
Minnesota.
I am Harrian Wichman, and let's take a look at President John F. Kennedy's life. John F. Kennedy is a significant part of American history because he ended the Cuban Missile Crisis and was assassinated. According to an article titled Cuban Missile Crisis, Kennedy demanded the removal of the missiles already there and the destruction of the sites. The Soviets had planted nuclear bombs on Cuba because Kennedy had nuclear bombs on Turkey. They came to a mutual agreement and removed them. An expert from the JFK Library says, on November 22, 1963, President Kennedy flew to Texas to give several political speeches. The next day, as his car drove slowly past cheering crowds in Dallas, shots rang out. Kennedy was seriously wounded and died a short time later. Within a few hours of the shooting, police arrested Lee Harvey Oswald and charged him with the murder. Kennedy's life was taken during his time in Dallas without being able to be medically assisted. As you can see, President Kennedy was of big significance in American history by ending the Cuban Missile Crisis and being assassinated. And now to Warriors, who will be recapping President John F. Kennedy's greatest events in history. Thank you, Harrian. These events during John F. Kennedy's presidency positively affected us in the past and continuously affects us to this day. The Cuban Missile Crisis article also claims President John F. Kennedy decided to place a naval blockade or a ring of ships around Cuba. The aim of this quarantine, as he called it, was to prevent the Soviets from bringing in more military supplies. This was a brilliant strategy Kennedy used, allowing him to end the event of the Cuban Missile Crisis with the Soviets. This has an effect on us today because if the missiles had gone off, we would be living in a radiation-infused area. According to Scott Bomboy, the death of John F. Kennedy on November 22, 1963, traumatized a nation and led a united Congress to make a constitutional change in the form of the 25th Amendment. This amendment was created because of the fear the Americans had when there would be no president in office. The 25th Amendment is still in effect today, just in case something like this occurs again. These are a few of the actions Kennedy has done to positively affect us over his shortened presidency. We will be right back after this short break.